The envelope slid under my door like a snake with manners. Thick cream stock, embossed letterhead, the works. I was still unpacking boxes in my new kitchen when I tore it open. $200,000 due in 30 days or foreclosure. My name, Harold Jenkins, stared back at me in black ink. The sender, Sunset Valley Homeowners Association. I laughed so hard the coffee sloshed. 30 acres of raw Nevada dirt. No neighbors closer than 15 miles. And some suit wanted pool fees for a hole that held nothing but rattlesnakes. I bought the place 6 weeks ago to finish my days quiet. 40 years swinging a hammer left me with a bad knee and a good pension. The realtor swore no covenants. Title search came back clean. Yet here stood the bill, itemized like a restaurant menu. Landscaping restoration 68 grand. Emergency road repair 43. Wildlife corridor preservation 37. Every line referenced Arizona statutes that sounded real enough to make a man sweat. The phone number rang to a polished recording. Press 1 for compliance. I pressed 0 until a woman answered. Karen Whitmore, president. She spoke like she'd practiced in a mirror. Mr. Jenkins, your obligations transferred with the deed. Phase 1 infrastructure precedes visible construction. Payment plan available if you act promptly. I hung up and stared out the window. Sagebrush rolled to the horizon. No phase 1, no phase anything. Just me, my dog Buster, and a stack of paper thick enough to choke a goat. Karen arrived Tuesday morning in a white Escalade that looked freshly waxed. Navy blazer, gold pin clicking like a metronome. She spread documents across my table the way a card shark fans a deck. Environmental impact assessments, county permits, architectural guidelines. All stamped, sealed, and scary. You purchased into a master plan community, she said. Obligations run with the land. There's no community, I told her. Drive 20 miles in any direction. Tell me where the houses are. She smiled the way a cat smiles at a cornered mouse. Development phases, Mr. Jenkins. Roads, utilities, ecosystem restoration. All completed per state code. Your portion reflects 5 years of deferred maintenance. I asked for proof. She produced aerial photos showing survey stakes and what looked like graded pads. County seals gleamed. The paperwork smelled like fresh toner and trouble. That night, I called the county assessor. No record of Sunset Valley HOA. Title company confirmed. Clean deed, no liens. Yet every document Karen showed checked out online. Statutes existed. Agencies matched. Someone had built a paper fortress around my dirt. Wednesday brought the inspection crew. David Harlan, County Environmental Compliance, badge shining. Rebecca Holt, president of neighboring Sagebrush Estates, here for professional courtesy. They measured my well setback, photographed my septic, quoted desert tortoise habitat regs. David's tablet displayed permits I'd never seen. Rebecca nodded like she'd written the book. By Friday, the bill climbed to $250 with penalties. My partial payment of 50 grand, good faith, I thought, became Exhibit A in their foreclosure filing. Arizona law presumes debt when you pay any portion. Karen knew the rules better than most judges. Neighbors turned cold. The feed store clerk asked if I was the deadbeat, holding up community progress. Gas station gossip painted me as the city slicker who thought he was above the law. My savings drained to $7,000. Sleep became a rumor. Then Mia Larson knocked. Retired paralegal, lived a mile east, only soul within shouting distance. She took one look at the paperwork and started measuring margins with a ruler. Font's too perfect, she muttered. Real bureaucrats use shortcuts. These read like someone studied the manual but never worked the job. We built a grid. Statute, date, agency, signature. Mismatches piled up. Sequential serial numbers on separate agency certificates. Identical pin pressure across 3 officials. Environmental regs citing California codes in Nevada dirt. Mike Donovan showed up Friday. Ex-cop turned PI, face like weathered cedar. 47 victims, 3 states, 1.2 million stolen. Karen Whitmore's playbook, fake HOA, pro paperwork, partial payment trap. David Harlan, her boyfriend with a rented badge. Rebecca Holt, sister using maiden name. Federal task force had been watching. My case lit the fuse. Court day packed the room. Judge Ramirez listened stone-faced while Karen's lawyer spun tales of blight and obligation. My attorney, Victoria Lang, laid out the evidence like crime scene photos. forged seals, cloned signatures, bank records showing Karen's cut. When Karen took the stand, she claimed I was a federal plant sent to destroy legitimate development. The courtroom froze. Judge Ramirez removed her glasses, wiped her eyes, and laughed until the bailiff pounded for order. "Ms. Whitmore," she gasped, "you're telling me a retired carpenter is an undercover agent?" In 20 years I've heard creative defenses, but this takes the cake. Jury deliberated 90 minutes. Guilty on all counts: mail fraud, wire fraud, RICO. Karen got 12 years federal time, 1.2 million restitution. Her crew scattered to shorter sentences. My 50 grand came back with interest. I turned the ranch into Workshop Central. Monthly classes: read your deed, spot fake seals, fight with facts. Victims drive hours to learn. The county adopted my checklist for HOA filings. State legislature passed the Jenkins Act, verify covenants before assessments. Some nights I sit on the porch, coffee gone cold, Buster snoring at my feet. Wind moves through the sage like it always did. No liens, no lies, just quiet earned the hard way. Now it's your turn. In the comments, tell me straight. When a clipboard and a smile try to steal your life's work, do you pay to make it go away? Do you dig until the truth bleeds? Or do you measure twice and cut the nonsense clean? I read every reply. The desert's listening.